Welcome to the Tech Walk for the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix presented by P&O Marinas. There is lots to talk about this weekend. We've had new ownership come in, we've had plenty of crew swaps, and there are lots of activations going on this weekend. So let's dive on into the tech side and see what's happening. An exciting thing happening this weekend is that the Swiss team have actually lent their F50 to the Women's Pathway program. So the women have been out there this morning training, led by Nathan Outteridge, trying all those positions from driver to flight controller to wing trimmer. I'm going to hang here and see if I can grab some of the women as they come off the boat and see how it went this morning. So Tash and Liv, you've been out there this morning, all-female team. How cool was it to just have your own boat to tear around on?
Yeah, wow, the Swiss team were really I was really grateful for them to actually letting us get on board and pressing all the buttons, as all the girls said, because we jumped on and Nate was like, hey, make sure you know what everything does, and there was a handful of us that obviously hadn't been walked around the boat before, so it was a pretty cool experience and I hope we get to do more.
So you guys were both driving. Who had more time on the wheel, or was it even Steven?
It was a bit even. First up, I was driving and Tash was in 6, which was really cool. I think naturally, everyone had a lot of good comms going on, but yeah, it was pretty soft out there, so looking forward to more opportunities.
And you guys get to steer out of manoeuvres most of the time, but we had women trimming the wing, flying the boat. How did everyone go?
Yeah, really good. I think everyone's done a lot of prep and obviously been around the guys a lot, so it just kind of showed that you learn so much from observing and being in it, but it's a really different step to actually doing it. So I think the more we can do this, the better it will be for sure.
Well, more sailing time, the better, it sounds like. Good luck this weekend. This weekend's event's taking place the same time as COP28 here in Dubai, the biggest conference for climate action. And SailGP is taking the opportunity to take over the race for the future, and this event site is 100% powered by clean energy. Thanks to Agreco, SailGP is reducing its carbon by 64 tonnes. That's equivalent to 14 cars getting taken off the road for a whole year. This solar array here is 173 metres long and 92 metres wide. That's the equivalent to 6 basketball courts. This is super exciting for SailGP because it's the largest temporary solar array we've installed. Now it is the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix, so we sort of have a home team here. Let's head over to the Emirates GBR base to see if they're looking forward to putting on a show. Well, Ben, it's the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix. Have you been busy with plenty of activations?
Yeah, it's been a manic week, if I'm honest, but great fun. We've had some good stuff going on. We've been up in planes and flybys and had some good team days out, things like camel polo and all sorts going on, but it's been great fun, and of course looking forward to the race ahead.
Well, it was a heartbreaking finish for you here last year. Are you excited to get back out on this racetrack?
It's a cracking racetrack. It's obviously really tight, but the forecast for the weekend looks good, and we've seen last Sunday finals day was just brilliant. Well, some of the best racing we've seen in SailGP, so I'm hopeful of more of that.
There's been a bit of a break since the last event, but have you guys been out there training?
Yeah, we've managed to have some decent training days, but like I said, a bit of activation going on, so trying to line up boats and aeroplanes is never quite that easy. So the focus hasn't all been on race prep, but we have had some good time as a number of the other teams had. So definitely feel ready for racing and looking forward to getting into it.
Well, Hannah, you've been in Dubai for a couple of days now, doing things with COP. Can you tell us what you've been up to?
Yeah, we've been doing lots of cool activation around COP28, which is obviously the big climate change conference that's going on last week and this week. So we spent a lot of time at Goals House, which is kind of just outside of COP on the periphery, but it's kind of where people who are just really into it have got some amazing ideas, are kind of networking, congregating, lots of cool sessions. So it's been an amazing week learning from some incredible people.
And gender diversity is something that's super important as well, and you've been out sailing with some of the other awesome female athletes. How epic was it to foil around with some of the best women in the business?
Yeah, it was so good. So we just did the first ever all-female crew sailing in F50. We had Nathan Outteridge in the back as P6, just kind of keeping the boat in the water, I guess. And yeah, we were up and foiling, we were cruising around, it's perfect conditions here in Dubai for that, flat water, not too much wind, but just enough to get foiling, and just so much learning. It was such a cool thing to be part of.
That's a wrap for today. As we heard, there is plenty going on here in Dubai, and we're in store for some fantastic racing this weekend. If you are in town, there are some tickets available, so head to sailgp.com/Dubai to get yours. It's official practice day here in Dubai, and teams are gearing up to finally do some racing. There's been plenty of practice going on, but I'm sure they can't wait to line up on that start line. Let's head around the base and see how the training has gone so far and who's looking forward to racing on the weekend. The change of ownership in the USA team, it opened up the door for a little bit of sailor movement amongst the fleet. So I'm going to wander around and chat to some of the sailors and coaches and see how they're feeling lining up with their new teams.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm pumped. This is, I feel like, more of a natural position for me, and a lot of the sailing I've done previously is like decision making and quick reaction. So hopefully it'll come quickly.
And you've surrounded yourself with a lot of people that you have sailed with before as well. So I'm sure you've got a lot of trust in them.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we have an incredible squad here. American sailors that are, up and coming and ready to push, and that's what we're going to need. These guys are, the top of all the sailing that they're doing in our country right now. So that's exciting to see, and a pleasure to sail with all of them. But yeah, I've sailed with a lot of them and against a lot of them, and I know what they're capable of.
Well, looking forward to seeing what you can do, and thanks for chatting.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Well, CJ, you're wearing different colours. You've been here for a couple of days. How's it been going with the Canadian team?
It's really fun. We've been here testing the new foils, which has been super interesting. Not the most relevant for the racing, so I don't feel like we've had a lot of time, on the correct gear yet. But yeah, great to be here, great to be spending time with the team, and great to be getting to know everyone.
Just touching on the T-foils, I guess maybe tell us what's the driver behind changing the setup, I guess, for the future.
Yeah, so these T-foils are the high-speed foils, so they'll replace the L-shaped ones that we currently have. Now, the issue with the L-shaped ones is they bend. The forces on them basically make them very hard to maintain, make them more likely to break, and also when we get high, we slip sideways, lose control a lot. And also because of that slip sideways and all the forces going in the same direction, they need to be made quite thick. And that thickness means there's a maximum speed, and it's the point at which the board cavitates, which is effectively the water boils around the foil and kind of is a speed limiter. So these foils are designed to basically go faster. So it's super exciting to try them out and get to know some of the nuances around them. What we need now is to test them somewhere where it's super windy, because obviously testing them in Dubai when it's 10 knots is not the scenarios when we're going to be using them in the future. But yeah, super interesting to have them in and be playing with them.
Well, he wasn't gone for long. Jimmy Spithill left the USA team, but lucky for him, Tom Slingsby is expecting his first child during the Dubai SailGP. So Jimmy has jumped on with his Aussie roots in the Aussie team. So let's have a chat to him, see how the training's gone and if he's ready for this weekend. Well, Jimmy, I know you're the rumour is you're dealing with some high maintenance bunch. Has Tom given you any advice about how to deal with them, or how did it go today?
Yeah, no, it was a tough day actually on the water. The main struggle for us was just trying to get off the start line and to mark one in decent shape. But it made a couple of good comebacks, but all in all, a pretty challenging day.
And in the pre-start, when it's so light like that, if you're not in the right position, it just must be so hard to get back in that front row.
Yeah, pretty much happened all three starts where, we thought we were set up okay, and then the next thing you know, we were just being rolled, and then it's like being in a vacuum of wind. So yeah, it was tough. But again, we just said it was good practice just to try and work your way around the track and try and make some good decisions.
And you came from Australia, you've sailed for USA, you sailed for the Italians. What's it like looking up and seeing the ruin of the Aussie flag? It must have been a while.
It has. It's been over 20 years, actually. I think my very first America's Cup campaign was the last time. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the boxing kangaroo is just so iconic in Australia, as we all know. So, yeah, it's kind of cool to be back here and just an awesome opportunity to learn something from the team that really has, been the benchmark. You look at all those wheels behind us, there's a reason for it.
And it's been doing the rounds on social media, some deals you did with Tom and the baby names. How's your confidence that he's going to have a little Jimmy Slingsby?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, well, after today, it's looking like he can name it anything he wants. But let's just hope the weekend gets a little bit more of a boost.
As part of SailGP's Race for the Future, we are trying to reduce our carbon footprint on the water by taking chase boats off the water, which means that teams are sharing support boats and the coaches are in this coaching booth. Now, this is where the magic happens. This is where they analyse the racing, and I'm going to sneak on in, see if I can chat to someone and see what it's like reviewing the racing from their new coaches station. Let's go. Well, Philippe, we've heard a lot about the coaching station. What do you think of it? I think this is a pretty good view.
Best place. We are almost better than the adrenaline lounge. We got all the information, and we see the fresh breeze, we see the boats. No, it's awesome setup.
And do you get more data here than you would out on the water, like to help you analyze the racing?
Yeah, 100%. Plus, you have the AMP app, which is what the umpire are using to make judgment and make calls, so you can help as well the team. You're more a strategist than a coach now. Really like it.
And you can talk to them live as well, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. But you talk, meaning you can make mistake now. But no, it's great. You can really help the team. Really like this position now.
And well, Phil won't like me saying this, but obviously you're representing Canada now, so being able to see the ump app is probably a good thing. And have you coached Phil before, and how's it going?
I haven't coached Phil before, but a long time ago, I think the first time he sailed a cat, that was with me, crewing for me in NACRA 20. So we got a long story with Phil, and I really appreciate what he's doing, and I try to help him to grow.
And I imagine it's, in a way, as exciting as a new coach coming in with a new lens and being able to help a different team. I know you might want to be with the US, but a new challenge.
Exactly. It is a totally new challenge, new people, very nice people, and I really enjoyed this new team and the way the regatta shape up. So looking for it.
And how did they go today, Coach?
Today, I think we're in the mid-pack. We had an issue with the board the last race. We're second, and I think overall of the day we're top 4. I think, which is good. Good start.
Well, thanks for chatting, and good luck to the team for the weekend. Well, that's it for the Tech Walk, and that's it for practice. It is time for racing. We have a good forecast, though. It's going to be more than we saw today. 22 km/h winds, gusting to 28 on this tight racetrack. It's going to be epic. If you are in town, there are some tickets available, so head to sailgp.com/Dubai to find out how to come down and watch. And make sure you are tuning in wherever you are in the world. It's going to be a great weekend of racing here in the United Arab Emirates.